Shalom Aleichem, welcome to Online Smicha. Now that the weather is so beautiful, and as you see, we're outside, what happens if a neighbor sees that his neighbor has a tree, and it's a rotten tree, and it's about to fall, and the neighbor who the tree is in that property is not rushing to knock it down, and he's worried that something is going to happen, and it's going to fall and damage things. So the question is twofold. The question is, could the neighbor warn him that you must cut it down and force him to do it? And the second question is, and if he sees he's not moving quick enough or he's not there, could he do it himself? Could he to prevent what he thinks will be a damage, could he go and chop it down and save the day? Now, these are there's really two separate shilas. In Shulchan Aruch Choshen Mishpat, Siman Tov Tezayin Sif Aleph, it says that if somebody has a wall that's not standing strong, or a tree that's very weak, and there's a chash that it might fall and hurt people, it doesn't have to be necessarily. The Shulchan Aruch talks about where it might fall in Rosh Hashanah, but it could be, even if it's leaning towards my property, and it could hurt me. Yeah, so the din is that Bezdin warns him. Bezdin goes to the owner and warns him to knock down the tree or knock down the wall. And we give him 30 days to get the job done. But if you see it's going to collapse even before then we might even give him much less time, as long as what we feel is ample enough time for him to cut it down. What's the reason for this? Because we know what the Mishnah in Baba Kama says, that there are avos nezikin. There are primary causes of damage, and one of them is a burr. A guy opens up a pit in Rosh Hashanah, he's obligated. So this is a burr. Midinei burr, you have to make sure that you don't have this around. The Ramah, however, adds that only Bezdin could warn him, but the neighbor doesn't have right to warn him. Bezdin has that taken. Now, some place can explain that the reason why we need Bezdin and not the neighbor itself. I mean, it's obvious that the tree, it looks like it's going to fall. So some say that the Ramah was talking about a situation where it's not sure. It looks like it could stay up for another couple of years. It's a gray area. In a case like that, only Bezdin is able to force him. But if it's obvious that it's about to fall, then even the neighbor's warning would be sufficient. Others actually say, the Prisha and the Siva say that some say that if the neighbor himself warns him, maybe the guy can say, "Who are you? I mean, that never forced me to do anything. I don't have to listen to you." So they say we always need Hasras Bezdin in every situation, even if it's very, very serious. So, number one, to answer the question, if you see a wall or a tree, something that could cause eventual harm, does it have to be dealt with? Yes, Bezdin has the power to warn him, you must get it down. How about the second part? Could the neighbor take matters in his own hand? So in Choshen Mishpat Siman Shin Pei Beis Sif Aleph, it says that if there's a tree that it's about to fall and it might cause harm, and somebody went and jumped and took the matters in his hand and cut it off, he doesn't have to pay anything to the Bala Elon, because what he cut down was a cut down tree. That tree was supposed to be cut down, so he doesn't have to pay him anything for cutting it down. That's a complete topic. However, there is one more angle that some Achreinim discuss. By the neighbor going and taking matters to my own hand and cutting down the tree, not only I don't have to pay him for doing what I did, it could be that I don't have to pay him for damaging getting rid of a tree. Some say there's a reason to believe that I have to pay him for what I did. Why? Not because I ruined his tree, because I took away a mitzvah of his. He has a mitzvah to take away any harmful thing. It's his mitzvah. And there is a din in the Shulchan Aruch that says that every time a person has the opportunity to do a mitzvah and somebody goes and grabs it away from him, he has to pay him. Now, today's days, we don't have those dinim of a knas. We don't have Bezdin enough authority enough to charge a knas, but it's at least a conversation. So you have to give the homeowner who has the tree, the wall in his property, you have to give him first options to do his mitzvah. And only if he doesn't do his mitzvah, then it's not called grabbing it away from him.